For this lesson, we're going to be talking about multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. For our warm-up, it's just a recap of what we did in our last lesson, where we were combining polynomials. Here you can see I'm subtracting one polynomial from the other. Remember, our steps are to first rewrite without parentheses, so I'd have x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 2. And then if you look at our second one, we have the minus sign in front. Remember, when you have a minus sign in front of parentheses, you kind of distribute that negative sign to everything. And all it will do is change all the signs of the things in parentheses. So positive 8x cubed becomes minus 8x cubed. Negative 4x squared becomes positive 4x squared. Positive 3x becomes negative 3x. Negative 3 becomes positive 3. Then I just have to combine my like terms. I'm not going to go through the steps of actually rewriting them like we did yesterday. I'm just going to take them one piece at a time. X cubed and minus 8x cubed, when I combine those, I get minus 7x cubed. Then I'm going to do my squareds. Positive 2x squared plus 4x squared, when I combine those, I get plus 6x squared. Then I go down to my x's. Minus 5x minus 3x gives me negative 8x. And then for the last one, I've just got my constants, plus 2, plus 3. When I combine those, I get positive 5. Remember, you always write these in standard form. Standard form, you write them in order of degree, which is just the order of the exponents. So x cubed comes first, then come your squared, then your first power, then your constants. So what we're talking about today is a polynomial multiplied by a monomial to start. Okay, to do this, you just use the distributive property. So if we look, I have negative 3x squared times in parentheses 7x squared minus x plus 4. Here's my polynomial inside the parentheses multiplied by my monomial outside. Remember, it's just a single term times terms added or subtracted together. To do this, it's exactly like what we did before with the distributive property. I just multiply each thing inside the parentheses by what's outside the parentheses. So every single thing gets multiplied by negative 3x squared. To show you what that would look like, I'm going to write this out this way. You do not have to write this way, but we'd have negative 3x squared times 7x squared. Then we'd have negative 3x squared times negative x. And then we'd have negative 3x squared times 4. I just multiply each piece inside the parentheses times that negative 3x squared. And then we just see what we get for each of those pieces. Negative 3x squared times 7x squared. Multiply your constants together, you get negative 21. Multiply the x's together. Remember, when you multiply, you add exponents. So we get negative 21x to the 4th. Then we have negative 3x squared times negative x. Negative times a negative is going to give me a positive, and I get 3x to the 3rd power, because x squared times this x is really x to the 1st. Add the exponents together to get that last term. Then we get negative 3x squared times 4. That will just give me negative 12x squared, just multiplying my constants together. And that's all there is to it. Just distribute, just like what we did before, except the only difference now is that now we have some variables involved. But since we've already worked with multiplying variables together, and we know that we're supposed to add their exponents, it's not really anything terribly tricky.